So in Intro to Podcasting, we try to teach our students all the tools they need to be able to produce a professional looking and sounding podcast. To be able to publish a podcast, people don't realize the things that you need, all the tools you need to be able to do that professionally. You need to be able to make thumbnails for your episodes, so that involves some Photoshop and a little graphic design. You need to be able to do some audio editing. You need to be able to do some video editing. You might have to operate a camera. You might need to be able to set up some microphones. So within the journalism department, we try to encourage all the students to learn more about social media, do the audio editing, take a video production course, maybe get into the arts department and do some graphic design. All of those programs are available at Johnson County Community College. And so I think it provides a pretty unique opportunity for our students. So AI has affected everything, and podcasting is no different. I try and lean into, using, if you're not a graphic designer, you probably can get ChatGPT to make a better thumbnail than you can yourself. And so I don't mind, using all the tools available to a student to be able to help them outline a show, do some research on a guest, make a thumbnail with AI, whatever they need to create the best product they can. Anyone can buy a cheap USB microphone, right, and record a podcast in a basement. I want my students to understand how to record it more professionally. I want them to have good audio, good video, and I want them to understand how to publish the podcast, to find an audience, to make social media clips that they can use and promote their podcasts. And I think that's as realistic of an experience as you could have of being a podcast producer. We work with lots of non-traditional students at Johnson County Community College who are not necessarily coming out of high school and then just deciding to keep going for 2 years and get a certificate or a degree. Sometimes we work with kids who are homeschooled and might be 16, 17, just looking for something that their parents probably couldn't teach them in the home, all the way to students that are retired and said, hey, I always thought that I wanted to have a show and I wanted to figure out how to make a podcast. And now I'm retired and I have time to do that. For students who are interested in continuing their podcasts and working with Johnson County Community College, we have a great student media organization called The Messenger. And it's a really amazing opportunity for them to continue reporting, recording podcasts, and working in many different media roles, building a portfolio that they can get paid for and that they can take out into the real world. If you've ever thought, I want to make a podcast, but you think, oh my gosh, podcasts are 3 hours. How am I going to do that? We start really small. We start with a 10-minute show. We work on outlining it. We build up, and students find that it's not nearly as hard as they thought it was going to be.